Alrighty then, g'day guys, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to the Ruby Phoenix adventure, our Pathfinder 2nd edition. Oh, hang on, sorry, 1 second, my microphone's too far away. There we go. Alright, the Ruby Phoenix adventure, set in Pathfinder 2nd edition, and joining me today are none other than these wonderful people who are the Patreons of the Dead Aussie Gamer channel. Good morning, good evening, everyone. How are we doing?
Hello.
Good.
Hello.
Awesome.
Yeah, doing well.
Fantastic. Well, it's wonderful to see each and every one of you here. I cannot wait for this because we are now into episode 2 of the Ruby Phoenix adventure. Now, for those of you who have been following Paizo and do know, of course, the adventure of the Ruby Phoenix tournament or the Fist of the Ruby Phoenix, this is kind of like a prequel adventure to that story. So we will hopefully be leading into that tale a little bit later on down the track, but for now we are having our level 1 characters go through an adventure, kind of like a warm-up, I guess, before we dive into that particular tale. The adventure is going to be taking part over a few years in-game world, so it's going to be very interesting because I don't often do games that pass over massive amounts of time, but I'm very keen to try it out. So without any further ado, let me pass the mic over to our lovely players so that you can know a little bit about themselves and the characters that they play. Starting from Nick. We'll start with you, as you're on the top of my screen. Nick, tell us about your character. Yeah, tell us about what you're playing.
Okay, so I'm playing Hatsune. She's a female dwarf, and she has spent most of her life studying in the ancient tradition of sumo. Unfortunately, being female and a dwarf, she wasn't warmly received by the sumo community. So she is currently from a very small stable that consists of her master, herself, and a fellow sumo student who just happens to be a bear. She's very dedicated to her calling, and she has just been given her first opportunity to compete, and while very excited, is trying very hard to bring honor and glory to her master and her stable.
Very cool, very cool. Next up, of course, is none other than our delightful Rick, who plays the role of Liu. Now, I was so close to saying Crash just then. Which was the character that Rick played during our Starfinder game. But we're not playing that today. We're playing Pathfinder.
Blue Crash.
Tell us, Rick, about Liu.
Liu is a disgraced Tengu monk, trained in the ancient arts of his people in his home village, who came down to compete in the big tournament and win the glory that was rightfully his, only to be thoroughly beaten and humiliated. And so now he makes his living going around making small fees on side bets and stuff on lesser tournaments. And he's currently trying to make money to pay Mistress Suki for the mess he made on her lovely white kimono.
Makes perfect sense. All right. Next up, of course, we have Kaito being played by Sean. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Tell us, of course, about your wonderful character, if you would.
So Kaito is a young 13-year-old kitsune who's a sorcerer, sorry, not sorceress, and he uses water elemental bloodline. So he uses water for everything, and had an interesting start where he was trying to invite everyone to fight for his master, and then a fight broke out.
Fair enough.
We all know who was responsible for that fight, don't we?
That's true, we all do, and it is very unsurprising that immediate violence has come at the cause of none other than our delightful and wonderful Neil, who plays the role of Tamaki. Hi, Neil. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am splendiferous, thank you. Tell us about your character.
Yes, I play Tamaki Kai, and he is an elf investigator in training to be a magistrate. So he gets trained by his father, as well as siblings and older siblings. Although he keeps getting in trouble, as to not his own. He's in training, so of course he's going to get in trouble. But at the same time,
I feel like Neil is
I'm trying to
grasping
make
at-
excuses.
I feel like but you are aware that this isn't Tamaki making excuses. This is Neil making excuses.
I know.
Like,
This is totally
I know what
me.
I'll do. I'll sick the barbarian on a random civilian and then try to blame someone else when it happens. And this guy.
True.
This guy.
This me.
Trying so hard. If you
Pedal
want,
on the
look,
guards.
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go and see for yourself what happened, right? It's all on YouTube. It's all on YouTube.
I'm
Go to
gonna record
Untitled
it.
Live. Watch
We
what
have
happened.
proof.
Yeah, watch what happened, and then you tell me whose fault it is, okay? And then we can move on. All right. So
Yes.
now our lovely group of heroes are currently. It's currently around the middle of it is the early days of the this incarnation of the Ruby Phoenix tournament, an event that happens every 10 years, in which the greatest fighters from all around Galarian gather together in order to prove their strength, prove their might in a tournament that features all varieties of fighting styles, weapon use, and martial arts. Now, the Ruby Phoenix tournament is, of course, the main stage, the main event, but there are a great deal and a great many of fights that warm up and hype the crowd, some of which are very public, such as the one that Hatsune was rudely interrupted from having performed at, while others lurk beneath the shadows of society, things that kind of work better in the dark, gritty underground, which is, of course, where Kaito's employer, a hobgoblin by the main name of Bolo, tend to run their works. Now, speaking of Bolo, we shall commence today's session, but we are commencing today's session after, of course, giving thanks to our wonderful sponsors. We have a number of them. First of all, we have Hero Forge for the incredible artworks that you can see on your screen right now, which is just comes very, very kindly. Because they are wonderful people and they produce a great product. If you love the artworks there, do be sure to go check them out. Why is my sponsor tag not working? Is that working? No.
Twitch is just broken.
Oh good.
No.
I might need to try and fix that. Okay. Well, I'll just put it in manually. Yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it's not working. There you go. Anyway, yes, go check out heroforge.com. Like I said, lots of really cool things over there, as well as Sirenscape for our lovely sound effects that you will hear throughout today's game. And, of course, we have our wonderful VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, which... we are currently using the Unity engine, which is a lot of fun. So there you go. Also, Avarian, thank you for swinging by. We hope that whenever you go to bed, that you have a wonderful and restful sleep. And lastly, come on, please be good. No, don't shh, quiet you.
Gotta love technology.
Yeah. I don't know. All my my commands don't seem to be working. So if any of the mods want to give that a crack and try to figure that out, please do. But of course, there are a number of ways that you, the audience, can influence the course of today's game as we play. Because as you know, if you're here on the Dead Odds Gamer channel, you're not here just as an audience member. You are here to be behind the GM screen and have a bit of fun with me as well. So not only can you use channel points to do things like force rerolls and of course grant rerolls, grant inspiration, and plot twists, which change the course of the game. You can also donate money to the Dead Odds Gamer stream, and in doing so, will provide a bunch of bonuses. So, for $5, you can grant someone a hero point, which they can use at any point during the game. For $10, you can grant a Weld or Woe, which will allow the players either something good to suddenly happen or something bad to happen. For $20, you can give someone a natural 20, where they don't need to roll, they can just have a nat 20. And for the grand prize of $50, you can insert a magic item, or you can create an NPC to be inserted into the game. These are the rewards. They're pretty fun, and I think every one of them are definitely a lot of fun. All right, now without any further ado, let us kick this off, shall we? All right. Now, our adventure continues back where we had previously left off, with our heroes having recently started a massive brawl down in the market square. The group had managed to convince a large, burly barbarian from the lands of the Inner Sea to engage in a street battle with a passing traveling warrior, a large monk of the Oni variety. Now, as the battle ensued, however, the very sudden twist caused Hatsune, Liu, and Kaito to rush to the aid of the Oni, who had seemingly been attacked unprovoked by the barbarian. After a quick exchange and the sound of the guards arriving, the group had managed to meet a hobgoblin by the name of Bolo, a well-known and reasonably respected fixer from the underground, and also Kaito's employer. Now, in order to avoid, I suppose, drawing too much ire and attention from the law, Bolo has offered for Hatsune, Liu, Kaito, and Tamaki to come along with him in order to try and evade capture. And this is where we commence our game. Out in the streets, as Bolo, who looks like this, boop, there he is. As Bolo turns and says, "So, I saw that. It seems that the four of you are pretty decent fighters. I thought I told you, Kaito, if you see anyone with potential to invite them to the ring."
I actually invited the Tengu over there, and I was watching the dwarf closely to see how she fared in her fight. I would invite her after the fight.
Well, I think I would say that that the fight was definitely one-sided. You definitely held your own, my dear, quite well, if I had to say. You're still muted.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go.
There we
Better?
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
fail again this week. Sorry. Destroys the thing.
Yep.
Of course.
All right. So what do you say in response to Bolo?
Thank you, sir. My training has been very thorough, and I was honored to show my abilities. Unfortunately, not in the ring, but it was not appropriate that that man attack that other person without honor and for no reason.
Tamaki, as she says that, there's like a certain gravity to what she says, that definitely weighs on you. But
Yeah.
you can see in just behind where you can see all the carnage has been left. You could see that the police have started to apprehend the large barbarian who, ta-da! There he is. Look at that. Because I do see we have Crag, son of Horus, in chat with us now. Also, good morning, Crag. And yeah, you're being arrested, apparently. There you go. So there he is. So yes, he is currently being hauled away, for the time being at least. Now, Bolo turns and says, "Well, I'll tell you what, my dear. Sorry, I didn't catch your name."
Hatsune, sir.
Hatsune. Well, my dear Hatsune, perhaps I can give you another opportunity to fight for honor. You see, we've got a sort of a celebration back in the rat's nest, our small but humble hangout, and we are looking for prized fighters to battle one another in a series of challenges to test one's martial prowess. You see, the Ruby Phoenix tournament is one of great honor and great respect, and we hope to provide our champion with the opportunity to battle worthy opponents. So we have this kind of a smaller fight club thing happen, so that the winner of that will then go up against our champion in order to train him and help him prepare for the tournament. I don't suppose this would be something that you would be interested in.
Sorry, it's the cat.
It's okay.
He's sitting on the other side. Hatsune stops and thinks for about 20-30 seconds, trying to gauge whether this would be acceptable by the stable master, and bows again. Thank you, sir. It would be honor to represent my stable in any form of combat where we could show honor and glory to our opponent and to the stable. So I would be honored to come and join your group to compete.
This is wonderful news. And of course, there is a prize for participation, of course. Tamaki, as these individuals are talking, I have no idea what's going through Tamaki's head. What is Tamaki thinking at the moment?
Tamaki has just been kind of like looking over at the barbarian again, as he's been taken away. He's just been kind of thinking that he's just been thinking he didn't think that was going to happen. Honestly, he not understanding him in the first place, he realizes now he should have probably looked around for a translator, because there probably is one here somewhere.
Probably definitely shouldn't have just pointed towards the other big dude.
He kind of like what was it? Did Bolo invite Tamaki as well, or is it just he's just
no, not yet? Because Tamaki, you didn't really see Tamaki fight.
Right. Okay. Then yeah, I guess
here's the other catch. You have heard him speak, and he has been talking about an underground, a fight club type thing. These things are very illegal, and often the center point of like drug trade and slave trafficking and a whole bunch of other things as well. So again, getting into the secret underground is very difficult, and is absolutely just something to be considered of.
Okay. So first off, then, to kind of interject, I would go over to Hatsune, and I just say I am extremely sorry about all of that. I couldn't understand. This was entirely my fault. I apologize. It was I couldn't understand what he was saying. I pointed it out to another fighter because I thought maybe he would be able to help him out, and him just straight out decking him, that was not very honorable. So that's why I figured I'd help out. But thank you for stopping him. And I kind of give her a bow.
Honor is what we all understand, and the barbarian did not. And it was shameful, horrible, and the crowd was obviously not that thrilled at the that unwanted and unhonorable attack.
Exactly. Precisely.
What could you do as a person of honor? Stand and watch? I could stop him, maybe, but that my personal safety was not important. The poor barbarian did not deserve that to be.
I appreciate that. Yes.
Look, all this talk of honor. Look, I understand honor as well as any person, but honor's not everything, Bolo. How much is the fee for competing? Because you see, I have your very kind invitation, but there's also a fight with the Fudumaki clan going on tonight, and I need to make some money. So, how much are you offering for competitors?
Well, the way that each of the rounds would work is based on how far through the progression of the battles you get to. If you do a single fight, you'll get a bag with 10 silver pieces into it. 10 silver pieces, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is about maybe like 3-4 days worth of food, drink, and accommodation. He then says it will then double, and then double again, and then double again. There are 5 rounds in total, and by the end of it, if you manage to emerge the victor, in addition to that, you will also receive 5 gold pieces from the Grandmaster.
Speaking of, and that's what I turned the ball over. You mentioned this was an underground fight?
The underground fight? No. It's simply a measure of the location, he looks you up and down, well-dressed friend.
I don't believe him. Is there what would it be? I don't believe him, so I wanna just kind of look at him and
Sure.
I don't know what kind of
you see that he's if you're trying to sense motive him, you're fairly confident in that you don't believe him. You don't really need to.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But you're also fairly confident that with any kind of inside check you'd make, that if he is suspicious of you as being like this uptight law enforcer, which you're kind of leaning towards at the moment, you're probably not going to get invited to the underground.
I wasn't really. I don't know.
Your character, I imagine, is a lot more intelligent and wise.
Yeah.
In regards to this sort of thing, so your character would know that if he gets a sniff that you are part of the law, it's just a case of he won't let you in there. So that's why now he is saying, "Oh, it's just the location. It's definitely not illegal." You can choose to not believe him and try to call him out, or you could choose to pretend to believe him and go along with him, depending on how you want to approach it. It's, of course, your entire decision, but your character would have that understanding of, if you want to infiltrate, that's what you need to do.
Okay. I feel like he wouldn't, as for him saving him, because I was going to be taken from the guards, or taken with the guards as well, to go to my father, he kind of stopped them as well. As a thank you, I'm going to I just say, well, carry on. And then I just kind of walk. I'm going to kind of stay nearby, but I don't want to partake in the fight because I feel like if I did, I would get in even more trouble.
Sure.
So,
all right.
No. It's a misunderstanding. It's a front. Surely you can see that. What honorable, well-dressed person uses a bladed scarf as their weapon? Did you see that part of the fight? Is a front for somebody.
He strokes his very long and luscious beard as you say it, and he says, Well, the crowds do like people that are unique, and a scarf blade as a weapon is something that doesn't often get seen.
Oh, no. You're not thinking this through, Bolo. The crowd in Nest would love to see a well-dressed gentleman get the snot kicked out of him.
Ah, you see a smile sort of come across his face as he says, he doesn't say anything. He actually just looks at Kaito and nods.
I approve of that logic entirely. I feel like that would be very enjoyable. No offense to you.
The look is to give him a card.
Oh, yeah. I had one too. Also, I had one to Hatsune too because I haven't done that yet actually either.
Yeah. So you guys are handed a card. Each of these cards, which includes the one that you have, is a small piece of parchment. It almost looks like a fortune cookie scroll, if that makes sense. Like it's just like a tiny slip of paper, and all it says is the moon at midnight is highest when blood is drawn from the sea. The midnight moon is at its highest when blood is drawn from the sea. I would like you to remember this.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it in there.
All right. With that, Bolo will excuse himself and take his leave. And he will leave you to your devices. Again, he has helped you evade the law for the time being. So the rest of the afternoon is yours. From the scroll that you guys have, everyone can make me a let's see, what would puzzle solving be? Let's just go with a general intelligence check. All right. Now I will roll for.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's okay. Let me just get that up here real quick. There we go. All right. So just a general intelligence check here of.
Oops. How you do that?
Okay. There we go. All right. So 23, 7, Kaito.
Yeah, I actually kind of forgot how to do that. How do you roll?
So with the int check, you just go to your main page, and you
Thank you,
can
Neil.
drag the score.
Or you can just double click on the dice next onto the right of that.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, right there. Yeah, I see it. It's blank, so I kind of forgot that I could click there because I don't have a bonus to intelligence.
Okay, so while most of you look at the parchment and it's kind of like very cryptic, Tamaki, you know that there is a very small tea shop that is known as the House of the Midnight Flower. The House of the Midnight Flower is kind of in the bad part of town, and you believe that this is a riddle to tell you how to get to the underground, and it would likely be in somewhere like that.
Okay. And we're still together, or did we?
I haven't left.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we left and then we found out about this, but okay. Anyway, as a thanks to you for helping capture that guy, would you guys care for some tea tonight?
Sure, I'd be honored.
Would you like to meet me at the House of the Midnight Flower later on?
That would be a great honor. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And also, I will say to you, Lou, Leo, I forgot how you pronounce it, but honor is a big deal, but I do understand what you mean. My family has been, I grew up in a family that deals a lot with honor. Hey, you've heard of the Tamaki clan, right?
I've been in town long enough. That's the local magistrate. You're part of that family?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have set the cat among the pigeons then. This should be fun.
Yeah, so I've had my fair enough of honor, but I've also had my fair enough amount of discipline. So,
well,
and a fair amount of money at that clan.
Well, in addition, Kaito, as someone who is currently working for the underground, knowing that you are leading a magistrate down there, what's going through your head at the moment?
I have a feeling that when I see Bolo next, I might have a couple words for him, but I'm not going to say anything out loud.
Very well. Okay, well, Tamaki, having revealed that you are the child of a magistrate, just before you're supposed to do an undercover op,
I don't know.
I don't. Neil, I
don't.
tried.
This
I
is
tried.
just me. This is.
No, I know. But look, I try to understand your rationale, but it's never gonna happen. I have no idea what you're thinking. But you know what? As always, I'm still just gonna roll with it. So, Kaito, you are now
Very
aware of
definition of a wild card.
Yeah, so you are now aware. You're very aware that Tamaki is the son of the magistrate. Liu, you are just tickled at the opportunity of seeing what happens here. Hatsune is very invested in the idea of bringing honor to her stable, and Tamaki, you while you are very cunning, this is a very clear case of high int, low wisdom. You are definitely very together as to where you need to go and what you need to do, but you have no idea how to interpret it. Thus, we will see what happens tonight at the tea shop. So, you have the rest of the day to decide what you would like to do. Would anyone like to do anything in particular beyond obviously just getting up some rest? It's about maybe it's like kind of mid-afternoon, so probably about maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock right now, and ideally sunset is where you were where you should be going there.
I can't go home, so if I plan to do this, I kind of understand where I'm going. Possibly, I'm actually gonna go get a change of clothing and try to make myself not look like a magistrate.
Look a little more plain.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some kind of guise going.
I might, if I still have some of those slips left, might keep working and hand them out until it's time to meet up. Try to recruit some more people before the day's over.
Hatsune would like to return to the stable and let her master know what she was given and prepare for any future competition that she might come across, obviously. And check the bear is behaving himself.
Very well.
What was the bear's name again?
I don't think did he have a name? I don't remember.
I don't think he had a name. At least not yet. Maybe we'll give that to chat. If chat would like, they can name the bear. Was that?
I thought it was something like Bo, but like B-O or...
yeah.
Well,
I think it was. I remember
maybe, but a bit like Poe.
I kept on thinking it was Poe, and it made me think of Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
It might have been Bo or Bolin or Bo.
I do like the idea of the chat. If we have chat name him, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool. But yeah, so maybe try and get him to not put so much honey in the food.
There you go.
I think it's a losing argument.
Call him Pooh.
It's terrible, but yeah, I obviously the fight I was supposed to have didn't happen, so go back to the stage.
The way it did, just not not the intended outcome.
Well, and for a society that honor and following the rules is really important, that's something that needs to be considered, I think. So anyway, that's what Hatsune is doing.
All right, very well. So so Liu, sorry, what was you doing again?
I was planning to go back to the gutter where I woke up this morning.
Go back to sleep.
Well, now that he has the promise of at least a 10 silver piece reward coming later that evening, he's planning to offer a similar amount to Mistress Suki for the damage to her kimono. And if there's extra money left over after that, to drink it.
Very well. Okay. You arrive at the tavern, and as you do so, you can see that out the front of the tavern, there's a bit of a commotion that is going on. A couple of drunks have sort of complained that the bar is still closed for cleaning and the like, and Mistress Suki seems to be she's kind of got her hands full. The two drunks sort of seem to like stagger and sway as they're like it's too long. We can't come back this evening. You know, we're celebrating my brother's wedding. It's on tonight. Come on, just a few quick drinks. We'll be in and out. You won't even know we're here. She's like bowing and she says, "I'm afraid I can't. The matron has gone for the daily shopping trip, and she won't be back until later." And the two just like, but you can entertain us. You can entertain us. You know, play us a song. You know, and we'll be as respectful as possible. And she's still kind of just bowing, trying to get them to leave.
Liu will take on his own. Basically, he will stagger up, pretending to be drunker than he is himself already, and sort of just put his arms around the two gentlemen. "Oh, hey, you're looking for a drink? I know a stall in the marketplace on Road Street. Best rice wine, even plum spirits. The good stuff. Little sharp though, little sharp."
They okay. I want you to make me a diplomacy check. Now, this diplomacy check is because while you are saying exactly what they want to hear, you smell like garbage and sweat, and it's not overly pleasant.
15, not a bad result.
All right. They turn and they laugh boisterously. All right. You are a good guy. All right. Come on. Let's go and celebrate in the market square. And you watch as they kind of, well, I mean, are you going with them? Are you guiding them?
No, I'll let him go.
Okay, they'll begin to move to the market square. You watch as Suki is just sort of bowing as they leave. She looks. You kind of expect as you turn around for her to like look a little thankful, but she's just got this look, this angry look in her face, and she points to the end of what looks to be her broom towards you and says, "Well, that was lucky, but you still owe me money for all the damages you've caused."
I know, mistress. I know. I have a fee coming up tonight, not the Fudamaki fight, another thing. I can earn some money there. Probably get beaten up, so that should make you happy. Yeah. You can still put that towards the cleaning and whatever else I owe.
She takes the silver pieces and she looks and she says, "This should be able to get you started. And maybe a bed and a shower." And
what would I want to pay for those for?
She enters the tavern and just glances at you over her shoulder. Despite her very cold demeanor, she does deeply care about Liu and his well-being and doesn't want him being on the streets. You weren't even confident that the 10 silver was going to be enough to pay for the repairs, but you know, having that thrown in is just a little extra thing. Meanwhile, across town, in a small stable, Hatsune, you enter the stable, and you can see that the bear is there. It's sort of like gnawing on its foot as it sort of sits in like what looks to be kind of almost like a meditative pose, except it has its giant bear foot in its mouth. As it looks at you, it goes, "Rrr."
Have we got a name yet? So should I just call him Bo?
Yeah, let's just call him Bo. Well, hang on. So, do we have a name? Let's see. Our audience did not come up with a name.
Okay. We'll call him Bo.
Yeah, we'll call him Bo. Yes, we'll call him Bo.
Bo, get the paw out of your mouth. If Master sees you, you know he does not like it.
Bo!
Yeah, You know how particular he is.
He walks over to you and starts sniffing at you. He looks a bit confused. He sits back down. The bear is very, while it is a bear, it is very observant. And you get a feeling that it's observed that you hadn't been in a fight, or you hadn't been in a sumo fight. Some of your injuries... actually, were you injured?
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
you
so.
haven't been injured. You haven't been touched.
But I would still smell of the other opponent and stuff, I would assume.
Oh yeah. But no bruising, no slapping, no. So he kind of looks. He kind of looks at you, and you kind of can see it. You know, the bear is judging you.
My fight did not happen.
Oh.
Some idiot decided to have a fight while I was waiting. Attacked a random other opponent out of nowhere, not in the ring though. What could I do? I was not going to stand by and let that happen.
You see the bear kind of turn its butt towards you and then just sit down with its back facing you.
You would have loved it, Bo. It was a shame you were not there. He was a big man.
Bo looks at the rest of the stable. Now, your stable is quite a large plot of land, far greater than obviously you, the bear, and your master can manage. There's lots of disrepair that has happened over the time that you've been here. The roof has bits of cloth and fabric over various holes in the roof. The wooden beams seem to have been kind of worn over time, and you can actually see that that's more what Bo is looking at.
There's not counting the bear scratches down the wood and.
there is definitely a large totem in the center of the courtyard, which is for bear scratches and the like. Now, as you look at it, you kind of get this feeling obviously fights like that do come with a monetary gain. Obviously, as the fight didn't happen, you can now hear the sounds of arguing coming from inside. My fighter still fought your fighter. It didn't matter that it was in the ring. The fight was never supposed to be about sumo. It was supposed to be about... Yeah, well, that's not the case that I heard. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, that was just a street brawl, and we have not officially actually had our match. Therefore, you have relinquished on your duty, sir. Because as far as I'm concerned, in the middle of a street brawl, your fighter was also participating in this. This is not true. This is not possible. I have multiple eyewitnesses who have claimed this, and even my fighter, who I am now in the process of trying to get removed from the jail cells, even attests to the fact of being manhandled by your fighter. This cannot be true. Hatsune is very honorable. Well, nonetheless, sir, until we get to the bottom of this, I am not forking over one hot dollar. You watch as the door just suddenly opens very abruptly, the sliding door, and it slams with a sudden jolt, not breaking it, but kind of lifting the door off its hinges. He rolls his eyes and he says, I don't know what I was supposed to expect. And as he walks out, he sees the bear and he's like, oh my god. As the bear kind of lets loose this tiny growl, and you're standing next to it. He kind of rolls his eyes as he kind of walks past and attempts to leave the compound. Your master kind of follows, but only up to the doorstep, arms kind of folded inwards as he watches. When the guest leaves, he then turns to you.
I bow, master.
Well, that was not good. Come, I'll make us some tea.
Master, I am sorry. I thought I did the right thing. I did not participate until his fighter attacked the man already down. It was done. It was finished. And yet he still kept going. What honor is that? That is killing. That is murder. I would not stand and watch that.
Your
However, Master,
Oh, go on.
I have been offered to fight in a pre-tournament before the Ruby Phoenix with guaranteed money, regardless of whether I win or not.
Your master turns and walks down the flight of stairs. And as he does so, he places a hand on your shoulder. And he says, I am just happy that you were not injured. Now, let's have some tea. And we'll talk about this other fight. And he invites you in. You can see that he as he goes in, he says, Bo, boil the water. And you see the large bear kind of look over at this like iron teapot and just because he looks at his just big bare hands.
He's like, how do I pick this up? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, Tamaki, what is Tamaki doing during this period of the day?
So he would have been kind of walking around the different clothes shops looking for like something he can change out of before meeting at the tea shop.
Sure, not a problem. As you come to a small kind of what looks to be kind of a squalidly shop, you could see that this very, very tiny halfling gentleman walks out and says, yes, honored guest, it is so good to see you. Welcome. A rich man, I definitely like it. I can see that you are a man of great taste. Great taste indeed. What can I get for you today? I have a wide variety of wares and attires, or perhaps you would like something a little bit more heavy, huh? Something to impress the ladies. Yes, no, I know exactly which one. Here, behold, this is our new cherry blossom line. I know what you're thinking. A lot of people say that men shouldn't be wearing cherry blossom, but I guarantee you, showing off your sensitive side is all the rage right now. Or perhaps you would like some fiery passion. Behold, we have the new red dragon line. Lots of beautiful silks from the far south, as far as the Nagaji forest.
Ooh, all of that sounds amazing, and I do appreciate all of this.
Excellent. I'll run you a tab.
I'm actually looking for something slightly different today, though.
Maybe
Sorry.
something blue, something that maybe brings out the color of your eyes.
Yes, something blue would be nice. Probably a little darker though.
Yes, no problem at all. We have some blue satin that has just come off the rack. It is the color of ocean sapphire.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Yeah, actually.
He then goes over and starts measuring you with like this long bit of tape.
Okay. I allow him to continue.
Yep. He goes, you're going to enjoy this. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be a work of art. And you watch as he goes over and pulls up this really expensive looking roll of like satin and start to pull out sheets for it.
Quick question: have I been to this? If I've been out here before, would I know how much something like this would cost?
Something like this would probably cost in the vein of like maybe 6 silver, 7 silver, at most like maybe 1.2 gold.
And then I kind of turn to him and I'm like, actually, can I go with probably not satin this time? I kind of left my wallet at home today by accident.
Oh, but for the magistrate's son, that's not a problem at all.
Actually, not as the magistrate this time. This is just for me personally.
Oh, I see. A quiet lady admirer, I see. Well, if you would like, I can always put it under a anonymous name and still charge it to your honored house, if that would, of course, help you with your subtlety.
No, not to the honored house either. Also, I've got about half of what I normally could pay for that. Something about 3 silver.
He rolls up the satin as quick as he can.
Yes.
And puts it on the shelf. He says,
I'm sorry.
"Well, unfortunately, we don't have much in that range, but we do have a second-hand bin where people have donated clothes to the homeless. I'm sure something in there might." He starts to rifle through. He pulls up this like dirt brown, like sort of yukata, which is like just a robe. As they maybe if I pair it with, he's trying his best, but you know what you end up with is basically something that makes you look like a peasant.
Perfect. I say thank you very much, and I do apologize for this. I will. I say this is just something that I have to deal with for now. I will be. I love this shop. I've been here. I've been here before, and I'm definitely come back and buy something more satiny next time.
He bows deeply.
And then I give him the 3 silver.
He takes the 3 silver. Are you sure? Are you again low wisdom? But he takes the 3
Yes.
silver and puts it in his pocket. And with that, your look of being a broke traveler is complete. Because
Yeah.
okay, so you head back out into the streets. Kaito.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I will probably go back out to the square, and
Stop.
just keep looking for
Keep recruiting fighters.
capable-looking individuals. Yes.
All right. Because there are a great number of them, here's what I'm going to do. Rather than go through each and every fighter that we have in this particular game, I'm going to say that you have now got a lore skill that you can use, called Lore Fighter. We're going to treat it as a trained skill. So you don't need to add, you can basically add that to your character sheet now. It is a gift that I'm giving to your character. And you will know about all the fighters that circle the underground. You can use this lore check to know about their history, their styles, etc., 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 and share that with the rest of the group.
All right, cool.
All right. Now, the evening sets in, and as twilight begins to fall over the city of Goka, you can see that all of the paper lanterns have begun to illuminate, signaling the start of the festivities of the Ruby Phoenix tournament. Each of these paper lanterns are decorated beautifully with symbols of the phoenix. You can see that there are children with kites that have the paper tails of the phoenix, and you can even see that that people are wearing a lot of red and oranges in celebration. Let's see. Hopefully,
That would look cool. I love like Chinese New Year aesthetic, so like that kind of thing sounds awesome.
oh yeah, it is very much the Chinese New Year type vibe that you seem to be getting now.
Time of year.
Now, you make your way towards the meeting place, the tea shop of the Midnight Flower. As you arrive, you can see that there are a number of individuals out the front that seem to be kind of leant up against the wall. They kind of look pretty unassuming, except for the fact that each of them have a tattoo on their neck. The tattoo appears to be that of an Oni mask. Now, one by one, you begin to enter. And you can see a table has been set aside for each of you. For you by Kaito.
I kind of just stand near it and like, gesture to it and offer you guys to sit down at it.
I sit down.
Like, I'm glad you made it. Also, Tamaki, looking good.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to,
I know.
Yeah. My scarf is actually wrapped around my head because I'm trying to hide my hair as well. So, like, my
Don't cut your
ears.
forehead.
Yeah. It's like the middle part of the scarf doesn't have blades in it, so that part
Yeah.
gets wrapped around my neck
I
part.
guess it's true,
And then
yeah,
all the other-
the
yeah.
grabby bit, yeah.
Mhm. So
You may want to come up with a different name for the time being. You're gonna have to take that scarf off your head at some point. Once they realize you're an elf with that name, people may put
oh,
are
true.
making connections.
What do you guys think? I mean, I don't really have Kate name. I don't feel
Really?
like I should come up. I mean,
You have
I
a
could
childhood
go.
nickname or something that you'd recognize
No.
if we called you it?
My family never gave me nicknames. It was just Kai. That,
Oh,
you know,
gosh. That's some kind of childhood.
or Tamaki. Yeah.
It's funny because my nickname actually usually is Kai.
So unless you guys have one for me, or if you got a name, I could go by.
We've barely met you,
I know. That's the thing. Like,
and I'm not convinced yet that you're not going to get us into a whole world of trouble. Mind you, I
Fine.
can do that too, so it's evens.
how about the Hound? I don't know. Would the Hound work?
Yoshi.
Town?
Yoshi is easy.
Yoshi?
Oh yeah, Yoshi would be great.
Okay. Yoshi it is. Alright. I like Yoshi.
All right. Very well. Our new friend.
What?
Yoshi. There we go. Done. All right. Nicknames done. All right. So, with that being said, a waitress dressed as a she is a geisha, kind of, you know, steps forward and asks for your order.
Is there a menu?
Yeah.
There is a menu. She'll lay it out in front of you. It's on like a small bit of parchment.
Is
Probably
there
limited editions.
Anything
Looking-
significantly red? Yeah.
There doesn't
I'm
seem
kinda
to be
reading,
anything that particularly stands out.
nothing that has to do with like the ocean or the sea.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
How about like a blood wine?
Nope.
Oh,
Tea
okay.
shop. They have jasmine, they have chamomile, they have peppermint, they
Ooh,
have green, they have
Jasmine
sencha.
actually sounds cool. I'm gonna take a jasmine.
Sure. You order a jasmine tea.
Oh. It sounds good.
Um,
Tamaki
Could I have-
did, or not Tamaki. Did Kaito did I kind of whispering it to did Bolo say anything to you about this?
you just have to follow the clue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I look at the letter again, and I guess if there's a window, I'm gonna look at the moon.
Looking out, the window is, well, I mean, the window is adjacent to like an alleyway, so you see like the two very heavy, muscular, tattooed people, and
okay.
just kind of the dirty alleyway behind it. The waitress is kind of like waiting for the other three if they want to order. Otherwise, she'll
Oh, I'm a little short on funds at the moment.
How much would it be? A copper?
yeah, like a copper piece for a thing of tea, a pot of tea.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess. one copper.
Could I also have some jasmine tea, please?
She writes down your order.
I can't tell you how relieved I am that none of you are ordering chamomile.
Sleepy bye.
Yoshi, would you be able to possibly? I don't have any money on me right now. Would you be able
I
to?
kind of just look at you and I say, You don't have any money on you, and you just got finished with a job?
I haven't gotten paid yet. I haven't met.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything on me since I'm trying to.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
As I hand the one copper
Leo
over.
puts the money on the table. Let's just get a round of tea for everyone and talk about how we're going to actually do this evening.
She bows and she'll bring like a pot of tea, enough for the table of jasmine tea. She also brings in a plate of lotus chips and what appears to be some small sweets that are like just kind of chewy sweet rice mixed with goat's milk. Yeah, so she places all that in front of you to eat while you discuss what you're
some
doing.
of the chips.
Yep, they're crunchy, they're salty, they're delicious.
Mm.
I assume everyone got the same clue. That's your name?
Yes.
Did yours say midnight moon is highest when no?
Blood is drawn from the sea? Yes.
But I have.
That's why.
I read it as taken, but yeah, it's taken drawn.
That's why I asked you guys to meet me here. It was just because I figured out as much as the midnight flower.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is
that's
this
as much as
location?
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. You saw the thugs by the door, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
And the tattoo. That's.
Well, that's kind of what I meant, but yeah. So, at its highest, do we need to go to like the top story and climb out or something? Just spitballing.
Draw blood from the ocean. So.
What is the decoration here? Like
the decorations here are a myriad of very, very beautiful sheets that have been draped over the windows and the walls. At first, you kind of think that it's to create an ambiance of multicolored lights, similar to the way that the paper lanterns do. But upon closer inspection, it's more to block out view from the main street. Now, what you can also see is behind what looks to be the bar is where all the tea starts to get poured and the like, and you can see that there are a number of rather burly individuals who happen to be there. They seem to lean in towards the person behind the tea bar and whisper something before being presented with a cup of tea, which they then take upstairs. Also, real quick, guys, ladies and gentlemen, a big warm round of welcomes to Caustic Phoenix, our dear, wonderful, and amazing friend and fellow co-star to Rise of the Rune Lords. Hello, my dear. Welcome in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. We are playing Pathfinder Ruby Phoenix, inspired Pathfinder 2nd Edition tabletop role-playing game adventure set in a Asian-inspired RPG fantasy setting. Our group of heroes are an aspiring group of combatants and fighters trying to find their way into a secret underground fighting ring in hopes of trying to earn a bit of quick cash for some of them. We have Hatsune, who is played by Nick, our sumo wrestling dwarven woman. Liu, our Tengu drunken master monk, a dishonored individual played by the lovely Rick. We have Kaito, our water elemental sorcerer, who is also a Vulpin or Kitsune, played by the delightful Sean. And lastly, we have Yoshi, who is not the magistrate's son, who is trying to get into the underground fighting ring for reasons. So that's what's currently happening. Right now, they have received the clue when the midnight moon is at its highest. What was the clue? Read it out. I said it now.
The moon is highest when blood is drawn from the sea.
Yes, when blood is drawn from the sea. So that is the puzzle. So they have found a tea shop known as the Midnight Flower, and they are currently trying to figure out how to get into the secret underground from here. So that's what's happening. But also, tell us, how did your stream go? What were you guys up to today? And yeah, did it go well? Did it go well? All right.
So, we saw the guy whisper to you said the bartender? Okay. Can I try and listen in to see what he said?
Nope,
From
he's
where I
already
am?
said it, and he's already away.
Yeah, they're already gone. But they did go
I was-
upstairs though.
It couldn't be as simple as just a password, could it? I guess. Anyway, keep an eye on it. There'll be others. We're still early in the evening.
True.
Yes. I don't even know if the moon is even in the sky yet. Well, actually, no, it probably is.
What if we just have to say this to the bartender?
Possibly.
We also could just ask if we could maybe go upstairs into a room up there.
By all means.
I mean,
You all pontificate as your patience, which is what I'm going to call it, seems to actually pay off. Another individual enters the bar or the tea shop.
Whoa.
Okay.
A masked individual with cloths and bandages wrapped around their head, their body covered in various marks and scars, and their wrists bound by shackles that have been broken at the chain. This individual walks in and goes over to the tea shop owner, and once again just sort of taps on the bar to get their attention. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna try and listen.
All
See
right.
if he says anything.
Cool. Make me a stealth check.
Yeah, 20.
Very nice. All right, let's see if this individual catches wind of you. No, he does not. He leans in and he says, I would like 1 cup of blood moon tea. The owner sort of nods and he slides the tea across and he says, upstairs. You watch as the individual takes the cup and again proceeds upstairs.
Okay. And then I'll head back to the table. I just look at the three of you and I take out some parchment and I write on the note that I had, set it down just for them to look, and I'm going to stand up, head to the bar.
secret menu item.
All right, you head over to the bar. The bartender, who is who looks to be a tiefling, with like kind of like a long curved horns over the back of their head, hair that's kind of about shoulder length, tied together with like a little bun over the top.
I tap on the bar.
He comes over to you, looks you up and down.
I'd like to order a blood moon tea.
He looks you up and down again. As he says, he pours out what looks to be a bright red tea. It has a very strong scent of saffron and spice. As he puts it towards you and says, upstairs.
I grab it, and then I kind of nod to him, and I walk upstairs, kind of looking back at the table.
Okay.
Yep.
What are the rest of you doing as he's leaving?
I'm assuming the note was exact instructions of what to do and say.
Sure, because he didn't actually
Yeah.
tell anyone what
Yeah,
he
he just said,
done.
I write a note and then leave it. Like, I'm assuming that's what that says.
So it is
Yeah.
what? Blood moon tea? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go up to it and, just like knock on the counter.
He walks over to you and he says, Kaito?
Hello. Yeah.
You might not need to order.
But yeah, would I have permission to go upstairs with some blood moon tea?
Of course. But you don't need the tea, right?
I know, but I thought I would just ask anyways. Feel
Sure. He pours you the tea and hands it to you.
thank you.
was awesome. Kaito.
Liu will lean over to Hatsune and go, with my luck, I bet I draw that scarred freak in the first round.
I don't know, but shall I go or shall you go? I don't know if it works well. The first person that came in that we noticed, not the one that Yoshi saw, was it one person, or have we only seen one person at a time going in?
No, 2 people went just before that. It looked to be a pair of very bizarre-looking piratey sort of individuals. They have like the headbands and the kind of very tanned skin, very indicative of someone who's been working the sea for quite a while.
So then it won't look strange if the both of us go up together.
No, not at all.
All right.
They know we're together already. Anyone with eyes has seen us sitting together.
True. That's probably why he looked at Yoshi for strange. I don't know.
Sure, let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
The 2 of you stand and order the Blood Moon tea, and with little resistance, you are given a cup. By this stage, all of you have received the tea and start to make your way up this flight of stairs. Once you get to the top, you see a series of corridors, one that leads to the north, east, and west. At the end of the westerly corridor, you can see that there is a very heavy-set sumo wrestler that seems to wear a shirt, maybe 1 or 2 sizes too small for him, with tattoos over his face. You believe that that's the direction to go. As you arrive, he looks at you and sees that you're carrying a cup of tea each. He takes the cup from you and pours the contents into a small receptacle nearby. As it does so, he then sort of slides the door open behind you.
He's halfway through drinking his tea when he sees it.
Oh, do you actually drink
any
it?
liquid he just downs.
Yeah.
He's
Alcoholic
halfway,
or not.
halfway. Oh,
He's just like,
Well, I mean, you could just if you do, please make a fort save, please.
They put saffron in their invitation. What am I going to do?
They did. That's very true. All right, with a 15, you're fine, but it is like incredibly spicy. It's mostly a herbal remedy kind of thing. Not poisonous at all, so you do manage to down it okay. But as he looks at it, he just kind of shakes his head and just pours whatever little remains back into the receptacle. All right, now.
Like that. That's got legs.
You'll be the topic of conversation with them later.
you're just like, I'll be back to order this again.
All right.
I don't want to go upstairs and just want the drink.
All right, inside.
What are your tallest glasses?
No, I don't like that one. It's very hard to find a good soundtrack. Oh yeah, no, this is perfect. Okay, come on. There we go. All right, beautiful. All right, so as you enter, you can see around you there's like stains on the walls and what looks to be magical runes glowing and carved names like tattoos drawn upon the walls. This is probably the closest equivalent to graffiti that you could see done in arcane sketches just everywhere. In the center, there is a sloped incline leading down towards a large fighting pit. And on the stairs surrounding it, you can see a number of people in the crowd shouting and cheering. Down in the center is this small caged box. And inside, you watch as a what looks to be a human Shaolin monk, kind of like with his hair kind of tied into a ponytail, otherwise shaved over the top, seems to be fighting a crocodile. The crocodile growls and hisses as the monk tries to dance around, moving left and right, but the crocodile twists and turns very sharply and on a dime. Every now and then, the monk leans forward, wham wham, and lands a couple of quick, decisive blows, then ducks out. and you hear people just cheering and hollering. There's scarcely a seat in the house that is not taken. Also, very, very quickly, Rykon, hello mate, how are you doing? I hope that you're doing well. Rykon, you, sir, have used your channel points to unlock a plot twist. So I'm going to give you 2 plot twists here. You tell me which one, and we will throw that into the game. We have cause and effect and switch sides. Those are our 2 effects. You may pick either or. And for those of you who have joined the chat and who don't know what we're talking about, guys, if you are in my Dead Aussie Gamer stream, then you are invited behind the GM screen. You can use channel points, or alternatively, you can use donations in order to generate a series of effects during the course of the game. So Eddie has just released all of the donation tiers, and you can see the channel points for yourself to see what you would like to do. So there you go. Cause and effect. All right, very well. I will keep that one there, and we will use it today. All right. Now, as this happens, the martial artist continues, just hit and running it, until at some point he tries to land a kick, and the crocodile's jaws snap around his leg. There is a crunch of bone, and the crowd cheers as there is a wrenching, twisting, and ripping sound following the removal of that appendage very, very violently. At which point, you hear the sounds of cheering and the sounds of a gong being struck as you watch the crocodile, be pushed to one side, and the fighter removed. As you approach, Bolo seems to be in the crowd and spots you, and he says, "Ah, my friends! It's good to see that you are here. I was worried that that Kaito had found me some duds."
Well, we have some very interesting people here today, actually.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I see that that you're dressed for the part. Now, Kaito, my friend, we've known each other for quite some time, have we not?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, and he looks up towards like what looks to be a viewing platform high above the stage. You can see that there is a blacked out window, like almost like a 2-way mirror kind of thing, or a 1-way mirror. And you can see a shadow that seems to lurk behind it. The people upstairs aren't happy with the quality of some of the fighters you've... And as he says that, he kind of looks down at the martial artist with one leg kind of being dragged away, that you've provided. Some of them have barely gotten past the first round, so I'm afraid you'll be fighting in the next bout.
Well, I mean, it's... I will do it.
That's what I like to hear. He pats you on the shoulder and seems to be brimming with a wide, tusky smile. And of course, we're not going to send you in there on your own, seeing as you did manage to bring all your friends here. They'll be invited to join you as well. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely glad I'm not going in alone.
Isn't
Also,
the master generous? He says, looking at you.
So.
Bolo, honored host, please tell me that we're not going up against animals. That's a rookie mistake. You don't fight crocodiles. What kind of idiot goes in the ring for that?
No. That's just one of many of our fighters. There are many creatures of the land here that choose to fight for their own reasons. Honor, food, whatever the case is. We do not ask questions here. We just provide a glorious spectacle. Hatsune, this resonates with you because...
Oh, yeah. I'm just like, where's Bo?
Yeah, you train... I mean, here's the thing. There are many... They're kind of like spirit animals. They're very wise and intelligent, and it is believed that the spirits of the kami of the nature have inhabited various animals. Bo is a good example, as is this crocodile. It's not just, here's a rando crocodile, but chances are this crocodile is quite a understands things very
Yes.
weirdly.
And Liu is still of the opinion that only an idiot would take a fight against one of these.
Yes, no, absolutely. Jesus, yeah, no, you do not do that. But, all right. Well, your first bout is up. So, get down to the arena.
Also, Master Bolo, is there a chance where I can talk to you in a more private setting at some point?
Of course.
Alright.
He bows to the others and gives you the opportunity to speak before you head down. All right.
Yeah.
Lou, have you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go. You go
Oh,
first.
I was just gonna. Lou, have you been in one of these before?
Yoshi, there's barely a fighting ring in this side of the city that I haven't been in at least once.
I seem to know we're for sure we're allowed weapons, but what else are we allowed?
Oh, that depends on the rules of the bout. The host can change those however they want.
Okay.
Generally speaking, in this sort of setup, there are no rules.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, very fight clubby. Just go in and fight and win. Don't die.
That's all I wanted to know.
I did not bring enough.
All right, Kaito, you have a moment of time provided.
Alright. I kind of sneak in real close to him, like, Yoshi over there is actually like one of the sons of like the magistrate Tamaki, and I feel like we can maybe like use that. Like, I feel like that could be something really good for us. Like, if anything happens, we could use that knowledge.
He strokes his large beard as you say that, and he says, "The magistrate's son, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Good work. Listen, during the fight, make sure Yoshi doesn't meet with any quick and unfortunate accidents. I want to see him in the finals."
I can do that. I've got plenty of skills for for keeping someone like that alive.
Good. There'll be an extra reward in it for you if you can.
It'll be my pleasure.
He looks down over at Yoshi again, who is still kind of talking about this like, what are the rules here? Is it like fisticuffs? Do we how do we go about this?
Strangle people with bladed scars.
Yeah. All right. Before you head down, now, the four of you are brought to a large chamber where you can see there are weapons over the side. These are simple weapons: knives, swords, some staves, some whips and chains, etc., etc., etc. Shields. They're on the walls here, though it is up to you as to whether or not you wish to utilize any of them.
No.
I'll grab like a guitar if they have some like that, like those like punching daggers.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
in case anyone gets close to me.
No, absolutely. You can grab hold of a guitar if you would like.
All right. Yeah, don't intend on using it, but emergencies might call for a melee weapon.
Sure. All right. Anyone else wish to grab anything?
I think I'm all good.
All right.
Oh, can I get a staff?
Absolutely. Yep. You can pick up a quarterstaff. Not a problem.
Actually, would they have bladed scarves here too?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty unique weapon.
That's an incredibly unique weapon.
Okay, I don't know. I was just wondering. So.
All right.
Liu is not taking that people are less likely to try and skewer him if he's not carrying a blade himself.
All right.
Hopefully.
Now the plot with the Bolo and the arena, in addition to Yoshi, we are going to be playing our plot twist card, Cause and Effect. this will change the lineup a little bit from our previous lineup, just ever so slightly. So bear with me while I very quickly
No more
make
crack.
an adjustment to my fight. So thank you, of course, to our wonderful supporter Rykon for the plot twist. And let me do that there. All right, sweet, fantastic. And let me now share the map with my lovely players. And then with my lovely audience. All right, here we go. You're brought down to a dry and dirty, small squared cage. There you go. Oh, no.
Oh no!
There we go. Okay, there we go. Yes, cool. The dry, small, dirty cage is filled with various blood stains, and you can see in the soil itself there are teeth and bones mixed in with the sand. As you step out, you watch as a human female steps forward and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, all of you who have graced us with their presence here in the undergrounds, welcome to the Rat's Nest." And you hear there's this huge cheering. Our next competitors were responsible for the glorious brawl in the market square earlier today. Honored fighters, one and all, here for your entertainment, as a sacrifice to our noble patron. She gestures up towards the stands, where you can see that two-way mirror again. We give thanks to Onmu. Sorry, I need to try and say this right. Onmuyaza. Onmuyuza? Onmu something. Okay, I'm going to post it in chat. Bam, there you go. And you guys in Zoom as well, so that you guys can try to say this, because I'm trying to say it. Onmuza.
Yeah, I can see Onmuza.
Yeah, very well. Onmuza.
Onmuza.
Yes. To our glorious patron and of course the great Onmuza. You hear that you hear people kind of like suddenly go very, very quiet. Now, returning for the first time since his untimely demise at the hands of Ragnar the Destroyer, we introduce to you Rhaego. As you watch the dirt in front of you suddenly part and a giant hand emerge from the soil. And then another. And then crawling out of the sand, you see a hideous undead creature. Blue skin, vicious claws, and a long nail, wearing garbs that look like a what's called a omyoji, a spirit shaman. He has a long kind of white hat with a mark just kind of down its center of a talisman, white robes that are stained with blood. As he rises, he looks to you and says,
"There are only 4 of you. This will hardly be a challenge."
Those of you who remember, Rhaego fell in battle after a hideous blow to his heart. But, thanks to his own magics, he has returned for you people! And you hear the crowd once again cheer. What is your response?
I'm beginning to think maybe I should have taken the crocodile.
I just kind of nervously look around and just be like, I recruited you guys for a reason, so this will be an easy fight.
As you say that, he reaches back into the ground, and you watch as he does so. He begins to chant.
Rosnu Gormat Sniffer Haskell, what a
And as he touches the ground, you hear the sounds of bones rattling. and teeth begin to swirl and coalesce, gathering together and forming what looks to be a giant creature that rises up. A brute.
Easy fight.
Yep, a brute made of solid teeth stands behind him.
Yeah.
And with that, we shall go into initiative.
We've got this.
Was this who wets their pants first?
Yes, you may. All right.
Well, I was going to say, can we use that preparation time to go into our stances? So he's given this whole speech.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy for you to do that. That's not a problem. All right, Tamaki, you are up first. What would you like to do?
Taking a look at the guy in front of me, I want to, what was it called? I'm going to use the devise a stratagem to roll my d20. Okay, so it's a 12. I'm going to use the recall knowledge action to try and see if I can recall any knowledge about this kind of
There we go.
thing.
Beautiful. Any knowledge about this sort of thing?
Yeah, about this creature in front of us.
Sure, not a problem. With your, so what law did you use, by the way?
I guess so. It depends on what kind of creature type he is, because I guess it's
Undead.
like if it's undead, so that would be religion, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. No, that's a 3.
No clue. It could be a skeleton.
Okay. So I will take the first. I'm going to run forward to it. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to throw my actually, no, I can be 5 feet away, or 10 feet away with this. So I'm going to attack with the scarf, throwing the scarf at it.
All right.
I'm going to attempt. So using that 12 with my devise a stratagem, that would be blade scarf. 12 plus 6, 18 plus my, the 3 plus my, it'd be 7 because of my int mod added. So it's actually a
Look,
19.
It should already be added in if it's added in already.
Well, no, because it adds the strength, but my devise a stratagem adds my int modifier instead.
Okay, so if you go into your actions tab, you should be able to add that as well. Yeah, you don't need to read out all the calculations. Just make sure you have them plugged in so that you can roll it.
Oh, okay, so could I have 2 bladed scarves, one for strength or dex, one for int?
Sure.
Okay, I'll do that in the future then.
Okay.
So it'd be a 19 to hit.
A 19 to hit the ghoul.
The ghoul, yeah.
Okay, not a problem. Where did you roll?
He devised a stratagem means he doesn't, so he uses his first roll from his first device.
So it's
stratagem
12
as its attack roll if he wants to.
Okay.
12 plus 7 would be 19.
All right. So with a 19, that will. Where's your AC? Yep, that'll hit.
All right, cool. So it's a D8 plus my int. I believe I get to use my. Or no, that's not for that. So it's still strength. So it's 0. So it's a D8, and then I get to use my the strategic strike. When I do my devise a stratagem and hit, it's like a rogue sneak attack, but for the investigator. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to add. So I'll roll my damage on it first.
Yep.
And then I'll roll a extra d6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
All right.
that's a total of 4 slashing.
Very well.
Because it does the same type too. So.
Yep, sure. 4 slashing damage as you swing the robe around and you slash at it. So that is your move action. You've got it. That's your standard action. You have one more action, I believe, unless studying the target was one.
I think the stratagem is,
Yeah,
yeah.
so devising strategies one as well. Yep, not a problem. Next up is Hatsune.
Hey, so did Yoshi take on the large beast or
The smaller one.
The ghoul, yeah, the small one.
so the small one? Sumos tend to fight in an one-on-one combat, don't they?
Traditionally, yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of whether or not she'd be smart enough to realize that they should concentrate there. But she does have law in warfare, so I think I will, even though she's trained sumo. And though the big thing is terrifying, I think the ghoul is the most. Yeah, so I'll attack the ghoul. I'm gonna do. I have the I picked up the staff.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll walk forward and try and hit him with the staff.
All right.
Probably just want to go mountain stance and thump him. He'll do just as much damage.
Actually, yeah, that's probably true because it adds to it, doesn't it? Yeah. So can I start with? Would it make a difference? Because mountain stance only is unarmed, isn't it? Yep. Still really my character. Sorry, guys.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So can I walk? Mountain stance for my first action. I think that.
So that'll be your second action. So you'll move up to him, then use mountain stance.
Sorry. Yep. So can that anything? Or did we already put?
And then flurry of blows for your third action.
Yeah. And
All right. So with your mountain stance, that will hit, dealing 9 points of damage to the ghoul. And then with your flurry of blows, going with your second attack. With your third attack. Now, does flurry of blows take a penalty? It does still.
It would be the second attack penalty rather than the third attack, because it's the second attack in this turn. But yeah, it does take the penalty as far as I can work out.
Yeah, cool. That is also a hit. Very nice.
Cool.
All right. Okay. Damage of 7. And with that large hit, as you've struck it in the chest, the creature is destroyed. Its body falls to pieces, and there is a large cheer as it goes down. Also, Kaito, why are you dead?
Preemptive strike.
Ugh, I don't know why he was dead. He's not dead. Alright, also, I'm getting rid of
I said at the beginning when we joined chat, it's like...
Yeah, as I put that on the top.
Alright, so as Hatsune comes forward and just...
Kaito's been actually ghost the whole time.
Yeah, basically you just destroy him in a series of blows there.
Never mess with a dwarven female, obviously.
Alright, Kaito, you're up.
Alright. Well... I did have specific goal in mind for me, so I'm gonna cast Forbidding Ward on the Tooth Golem and Yoshi. So basically, if the Tooth Golem attacks Yoshi, then he gets +1 AC.
Very nice. Alright.
Attack.
You begin to cast and conjure your spells, and a series of these kind of like runic wards that kind of drip like water appear in the air around Yoshi as you create that ward. So that's 2 actions to cast that spell.
Yep.
You have 1 more
And
action.
the one to move. Oh, I moved up to him a little bit.
Oh, you moved up? Yep. Okay, not a worry. All right, Liu, it is now your turn.
Good job, Hatsune. You were listening when I talked about that hard strike, I gather.
It's the rock.
I will advance and see if I can feint. Draw this guy off balance a little bit.
Yep.
I'm not sure how that works on a large skeleton. Attempt to feint.
Ooh.
All right. So what's it again? Sorry.
Well, it's a feint action, so I'm guessing it will be against its
Sense
will.
motive. Yeah. Okay. So it does not have a sense motive. So that would be 12 is the DC.
And I got 21.
Yeah, you're good.
So
You're good.
it's flat-footed against my first strike.
Yeah. Just add 2 to your next attack.
Yep. All right.
All right. So as you move, you kind of swaying and staggering, and you kind of catch its eye, which kind of distracts it a little bit as you suddenly lunge for your attack. So that's a move, a feint, and your attack.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to pick up the dice, but it's not liking one. There we go.
All right. 18 is a miss. As you do manage to hit it, your hand kind of resonates. It kind of shakes as
it's
you...
20 with the flat-footed. For some reason, it hasn't included that plus
hasn't
2.
included? Oh, then yes, 20 will hit. 20 will do the damage. But you realize just how hard it is. It's just like, it's just all... Like, literally, it's just a golem of teeth, basically.
Yep. So, damage... Hey, nice.
Nice. 10 points
Hurt my
of damage.
hand, though. And second attack from the flurry of blows. Doesn't get a bonus on this one. And that will miss.
All right. Very nice.
Pulled the punch after just about breaking my fingers on the first strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do like the Jackie Chan thing where you just like punches and stick. Ah!
All right. Next up is the golem. So the golem is going to use its claws to try and hit someone. It can reach 2 of you currently. So I'm going to roll odds and evens. Odds will be Liu. Evens will be Hatsune. Hatsune, we're going for you. First attack with a claw will hit as it deals 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
Melee attack number 2. It is going to go for one of you two again. It's going to go for you again.
Oh gosh.
It
Oh,
has
no.
warfare. That's a.
All right, now I think it's going to apply the thing. It might not. Let's have a look. Natural 1, a critical miss. All right, now as a critical miss, we do have, of course, our crit miss cards. So let's see what happens to our creature as it swings down at you.
Just falls apart.
Hatsune, you can pick a number between 1 to 5.
3.
1, 2, 3. All right. Bonk. It is stunned. Oh wait, no. No, because it's a unarmed attack, so it is fatigued. Can it be fatigued? Yeah, it doesn't say immune.
Yeah, I don't know about undead. Undead might be immune to that.
Immune, disease,
Are you-
death effects, paralysis, unconscious. Nope, it doesn't have immunity to fatigue, so fatigue it is.
That's cool.
How are you doing rerolls again, Michael?
Rerolls. So rerolls are for players. So basically, either the player gets a reroll, or you can. Basically the rerolls are the player ones.
Oh, okay. So
So-
it's just whenever. Okay. Because
Yes.
landscape ones.
My good deed for the week. So Lance, you can pick whoever gets a reroll if you would like. All right, and last attack. Which okay. So it didn't add that one. I don't know why. All right, here we go. Third attack.
3.
Oh wait, no, I need to figure out who it's gonna hit. So that is gonna hit Hatsune again. All right. So here we go.
At the claw.
Oh, and that will miss yet again. But that will also critically miss. Because I don't know why it's still
Oh, it
adding
was
plus
less than 10?
Yeah, it
Okay.
shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be plus 10. It should be negative 10. So anyway, I digress. Another penalty. Pick a number between 1 to 5.
3.
3 again. Let's see what we get. We get a winds of change. You cannot attack the same target again until the end of your next turn. So you are you're immune to its attacks for 1 turn.
That's awesome.
All right. Tamaki, we're back to you.
Okay. Thank you, kind Kaito, and then I'm going to run around. Actually, no. I'm going to do the devise a stratagem once again. So roll my d20. That was a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's actually. I don't think that's gonna hit it. So I feel like I'm going to just. I'm gonna use detect magic on it and see if it has any magicalness to it.
Sure. It does indeed have magic to it.
Okay. I just point out this is magical for a golem, but I don't think I can do anything this turn. Oh no, I'm gonna go up to Hatsune and I'm going to pull out one of my Elixirs of Life, and I'm going to use it on her. And I say, this is an Elixir of Life. It'll heal you 1d6, I believe.
What is that? What does 1d6 mean?
No, it's just okay. So this will. I say this will heal you. If you decide to drink it, or like so. I'm gonna give it to her if she's willing.
Will it give me scales?
No,
Will it give me anything?
it'll heal you.
Any side effects?
No, it's just healing.
All right.
All right, so I give it to her, and as you drink it, you get 1d6 hit points, and you get, or it's 1d6 plus 1. So
All
Where'd
right.
the extra arm come from? Not just.
Well, can you roll that for me, Michael?
yeah, I got it.
No, he'll roll it and then there.
He'll do it, or whoever.
So
Yep.
she gets 5 HP.
All right, very well. All right. Also, very, very quickly, we have a raid coming in from Split the Party TV. G'day, guys. How you doing? I hope you guys had an absolutely amazing time. We're playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Guys, we're actually close to the end of our session today. Do stick around. Long story short, our group is currently in an underground fighting ring fighting a golem made of teeth. That's what's happening. We have Hatsune, our dwarven sumo, Liu, our Tengu drunken monk, Kaito, our sorcerer elementalist who specializes in water, and Yoshi, our not magistrate son, who is an investigator. All right, there we go.
And then I end my turn. So.
All right, very well. So next up is Hatsune. After receiving the potion bottle from Yoshi, now does she have to consume it or do you consume it?
Well, it's I gave it to her, so it's a
So does she
I kind of
heal?
used it on her.
Okay, so that means she's not healed yet.
No, I mean I would have healed her on my turn. I kind of
Oh,
gave
you
it.
like force fed it?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
She said, yeah, she said okay to it, and then I gave it to her. Yes.
Okay, so
Force fed.
you've given it to her. You haven't shoved it down her throat, so you can't heal it because it's a potion, right?
Well, I
I
mean,
think he's thinking of it like the corner man in a boxing tournament, boxing thing, where she's sort of taking a break between rounds, and he's basically pouring the drink in her
Yeah,
face.
so that's what I'm asking. Are you
yeah,
pouring
I
it down
used
her?
it on her. Yes.
Yeah. So and
Yeah,
Hatsune is good with that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a very big difference from you giving her a potion
Yeah.
to you force feeding a potion to her. So there you go.
Yep.
All right, there we go. Bam. Let's keep moving. Hatsune, our sumo dwarf. What do you want to do?
Walk forward. Take my. Do I need to take? I can never remember.
No, you stay in your stance.
I'm in my stance. So I stayed in my stance. And can
Yep.
I flurry of blows him, please?
Yes, you may. All right, your first attack with your mountain stance is a critical miss. What? That's not right. Oh, sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to do that. Let me try that again. Because now it's applying the penalties from the multiple attack. I don't know why. All right, that'll still miss though. So as your first hit misses your big sumo slap, your flurry of blows for your second attack comes in and will hit, dealing a total of 11 damage. You see that the bones start to crack and shudder as it's hit across the chest. It sort of roils backwards a little bit as it takes a step back. A nice, decisive, and sizable blow. But that is your move action and 2 attacks, including, of course, one of which is your flurry of blows.
Yep.
Kaito, you're up next.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna walk up. Yeah, I can get right here,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Burning Hands, but it's actually water, at the teeth golem.
All right. Putting your hands together, you create a burst of cold water that just starts to spray it over the top. So, yeah, it needs to make a saving throw, correct?
Yep. DC.
You should be able to drag and drop the DC onto it.
Oh yeah.
All right, it makes the save, so it halves the damage, drop the damage.
All right.
All right, it takes no damage as your blast is cold, and it is resistant to cold.
Actually, it does bludgeoning according to the thing. Like any element that's not fire does bludgeoning.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that what it says on the damage that you've done?
Oh yeah, it still says fire on that.
Okay, no, that's fine. If it's bludgeoning damage, it will do damage, but I just want to make sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Done. So it does actually bludgeon as the water pours out and just bombards and starts spraying off more of these teeth from the body of this large golem. It sort of tries to protect itself, but not very well. So you've used your 2 actions to cast your spell, which brings us next to Liu.
Liu will stumbling punch and then use the momentum to swing around into a flurry of kicks.
All right. So as you tumble, you rotate your shoulder, extending your arm for the first hit. Make your attack.
I got to make the feint first.
Ah, yes.
And I think he said it was 12, so that will succeed for the first strike.
Yep. Oh, sorry, I did find out. It was actually 16. My apologies.
Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Then I'll take that modifier off.
Yep.
Hang on. I'm not sure I can take the modifier off. I'm going to just have
That's
to...
okay. That's okay. Keep it there for now. Those are mine. All right. So first attack, as your fist extends outwards to hit. That'll hit. Deal your damage as you bang your fist up against the giant. Damn, it's big damages from you, Rick. 10 points of damage as you hit.
And the second on the flurry.
Yep.
Will miss.
That one will miss. All right. The creature.
Because I can, I'll launch a third one.
Does your what's it called?
Flurry is a single action, so I can do that. Unfortunately, in this case, that's a critical miss.
Yes, it is a critical miss. Yeah. So hold on. So a flurry is 2 attacks using 1 action point.
Yes.
Okay.
Unless somebody in the chat can correct me, but I'm almost 100% sure. Well, that's right.
Yeah. No, that sounds right. Okay, good. So number between 1 and 5 if you can.
2.
2. All right. Critical miss is. Got too close. This attack grants and triggers the grapple or grab reaction from your enemy.
Oh, I hate this.
All right. So it is going to be up
in character,
against.
Liu actually hates this. This was how he was beaten in the tournament that he entered. He got too close to a
No!
grapple.
All right. So this is going to be an attack, and this is going to be up against your, I believe, it's an athletics versus 10 plus your. Oh, reroll. You've been granted a reroll on that last attack by McBluff.
My modifier is still terrible, so it's quite likely to be a critical miss anyway, but I thank
No,
you greatly.
Oh, yeah, no, that's still a critical miss. All right. So, athletics check against your fortitude save plus 10. So, what's your fort plus 10?
17.
17. So, that is a 14. Does not make it. So, it does not manage to grapple you. But it is its turn. And unfortunately, it's not allowed to attack. Oh, there's a plot twist. Okay, we got time for one last plot twist. Because we are coming to the end of the game. And this is likely the last turn of the skeleton. Because it's got 2 hit points left. So, the last 2 that we have are Pride and Not As It Seems. So take your pick, Pride or Not As It Seems. Now, the golem will attack. It has odds and evens. Odds will be Kaito, evens will be Liu. That's Kaito. So Kaito, let's see. Not As It Seems. Perfect, that's what I was hoping for. So, Not As It Seems, as you watch the golem's arm reach up to slam like it has been, you watch as the bones transform into a sword.
Oh god.
Alright, here we go. That is a hit.
That's today's challenge, folks. In the chat, I want to see some Hero Forge minis of a teeth golem with a sword arm.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be a tricky one. Alright, so the arm comes down. Wham! Slashing into Kaito. The second attack is going against... this one's going against Liu. This one is at a -5, which I'm just going to apply normally. And this one will miss as it sort of glances over your head. The third attack...
Close.
Third attack is at -10. Is going to go for... Let's see, who's it going to go for? It's going to go for Liu again. This one is probably not going to hit at all. Alright, here we go. Yeah, complete miss. Oh wait, no, hang on, sorry, my apologies. Let me try that again. They'll probably still miss, but, you know. Yeah, no, critical miss. Alright. So, the sword...
Leave it, let's just move.
Yeah, the sword swings down. Give us the number.
Okay, 5.
5, bam. Smash the floor. Kicks up a cloud of dust in its own eyes. It is blinded for the next round. Bringing us to Tamaki.
Alright. Throw my devise a stratagem out. You know what? Sure, you know what? Yeah, I'll try it anyway. So, running forward, coming closer. I'll throw the scarf, the bladed scarf at it. That will be a 17, I guess then.
17 will miss.
Okay. Dang it.
Oh wait, no, sorry. A 17 will hit because it's blind.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Alright,
you get a
cool.
bonus to hit
And
things
what's
if
your
they're
minimum
behind you.
damage?
1 or 2 because of my
Yep. So
yeah.
with that
That's all you
last
needed.
Yeah, so with that last blow, as you swing your scarf, it plunges into the body of the tooth golem and it shatters into pieces, falling to the ground. There is a roar and a cheer from the crowd as the creature is felled, and you have emerged victorious.
Sweet.
As this happens, you can see up in the upper rafters, the master of the arena looks down over at the ongoing battle. He nods, and you can see that there is another individual in the room. Master, it appears as though they have beaten the first challenge. Who shall we put them up against next? Unlock the prisoner. And with that, we will end today's session. And we will come back next week to continue the adventures of the Ruby Phoenix. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and joining us. Now, we have gone a little bit over time, so we are sadly not going to do our memorable moments for today. Though normally what we do is we do like to throw that kind of stuff out just to kind of spread some positivity, some good vibes, and some goodwill, because that's what we're all about. We're all about kind of, lifting each other up. But I will give my most memorable moment from everyone today, just because I think it's important that everyone gets complimented. Starting with Hatsune. You are a absolutely wonderful stoic dwarf character. I love every interaction you have, from like that interaction with the master, where you were like apologetic for not being able to raise funds for the dojo. That was just beautiful. That was absolutely incredible. I loved that scene. For Liu, I loved the little distraction that you had outside of the tavern when those rowdy drunks started bothering the waitress who you had known. I love that relationship that's kind of being built there, and I can't wait to see what happens to it. Kaito, I loved the visuals of the spells that you used as we were going through, like all the water sigils and the wardings and stuff like that. How you used the water blast instead of the fire for the thing. Lots of really, really fun and awesome things there. And Yoshi, again, there are so many encounters here that just become so chaotic and so entertaining because you've said or done something that's just taken the reins of it and pushed it in a direction. Sometimes, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But ultimately, I'm of the mindset that, what good is a trap if you never fall for it? So
Exactly.
So it's great. It is a lot of fun. Though definitely there are some moments where I think maybe taking a quick second to have a let's have a think about this. What would happen if I did this? Wouldn't exactly go astray. Also, hello to Chu, and thank you for the raid. We are literally just signing out for the day, but there you go. Not the biggest. No, look. Any raid doesn't matter if you're one person, if you're 10 people, if you're 100 people. I love having each and every one of you here because that's just awesome. You guys are here, and it's nice. My only regret is that we're leaving, so we are going to go and raid someone. But do stick around for the raid because it's a great way to earn those big dag dollary dues, so that you can again just enjoy them and do some cool stuff. Like we had tons of rerolls today, which was great, and we have plenty of opportunities for you guys to use them, not just in this show, but all the other shows that we run as well. Let's see. Let us go and raid. What's the official Paizo channel up to? They are doing... they're doing a Secrets of Magic episode. Let's see who's in it. Stupid ads. Let me see. I want to see.
Stupid ads.
Yeah, they're ads. That does make me want Red Rooster. It's Jason Bowman. Okay, very well. Let's go raid Paizo Official today, I think. And that way we can send some love that way. There we go, Official Paizo. And we can enjoy their current ongoing game. So once again, thank you so much to everyone. I love your face, Lazy. And thank you to Chu, Witchy Mama, to Split the Party, to Caustic Phoenix, to all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to my wonderful players who are here from the Patreon. And of course, a last big, massive thank you to our sponsors, Hero Forge for the wonderful miniatures, to Fantasy Grounds for the virtual tabletop of our choosing, and of course to Sirenscape for those sweet, sweet sounds. Until next time, guys, as always, from me to you, game hard! Or die trying. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
You can't see my hand.